Well, bird migration season underway in Wisconsin. There's a simple step you can take to help our feathered friends stay safe during those travels. This is a look at the forecast maps from birdcast.org. The organization takes data from Purdue University to figure out when we could see the most migration happening in Wisconsin. The map on the top shows a lot of white and yellow over the Midwest for tonight, indicating higher intensity during those migration periods. First Alert meteorologist Emily Mers finds out why it's important to help those birds.
Lights Out Wisconsin is an organization specifically targeting Wisconsin for protecting all of these migrating birds. And it's really easy to keep these birds safe. All we have to do is turn off unnecessary lights outside.
And so we've got millions, tens of millions of birds flying over on some night. And what happens is artificial light kind of disorients the birds and draws them off of their migration routes. And so then the birds come down to the lights, and it tends to be urban areas where there's lots of hazards.
So the idea is to keep these birds on track, and the way we do that is by turning out those lights. So Lights Out Wisconsin is issuing these alerts to hopefully encourage more Wisconsinites to turn off those unnecessary lights. It helps keep all of our birds protected. I chatted with Lisa Gomnitz of Lights Out Wisconsin, and she really highlighted the importance of birds to all of Wisconsin.
They are important for pest control, for both important in our forestry industry as well as our agriculture. They eat billions of dollars worth of insects that otherwise would hurt those industries. We have a $2.6 billion wildlife watching industry here in Wisconsin, and bird watching is the heart of that. So that supports a lot of jobs and brings a lot of people in.
So tonight and over the next couple of nights, we're going to see large amounts of these birds migrating through the area. And again, all it takes is for us to turn those lights off to be sure that they make it to their destination safely.